Hello and welcome to the GamerCrafting podcast. As you can see, I'm not at home today in front of a green screen. Today I'm going on an adventure. To Lola of Third Vault Yarns' studio. We're going to be working on a collaboration, and so I'm taking you all along for the ride. So here I am, I'm walking to the train station. It's a nice walk, it's alright. It's quiet this time of day, everyone who's commuting has already been and gone. Expecting to run into somebody who's gonna be like, what are you doing? Yeah, a bit like that. So today I'm off to Lola of Third Vault Yarns' studio in London. I'm walking to the train station, and let me just say, this is the distraction that I need from the craziness this week. Oof. You can see that it's really super muggy and humid. I already look like I've been swimming. I haven't, just been walking down the road. There's more people up there. Yeah, it's going to be a nice departure from what has been a stressful week, and it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. For those of you that didn't hear, on Saturday or Sunday, Casey and the Revelry team decided to ban pro-Trump patterns and discourse from the Revelry website, which I think is the right way to go, especially in this day and age. But it means that all the people who disagree have been very loud and very angry since then. Anyway, it means that the people who disagree with the new policy changes are very loud and they're very angry. I do not envy admins and moderators of big Facebook groups this week. They've all been run absolutely ragged trying to keep up. I even tweeted about it. And yeah, I don't know, like, it just seems that whenever this kind of thing happens, people who are loudly in support, especially if they're part of a marginalized community, LGBT people, people of color, tend to get the most blowback and abuse from this kind of thing. So yeah, it's been a little stressful. So to be honest, I'm very happy to be going into London to do some dyeing with a fellow geeky indie dyer. We've been talking about doing this for ages, and then we're finally doing it. We were like, nope, we just need to get it in the schedule, We just need to do it. Otherwise, it'll be the end of the summer and we'll be like, oh, we should have done that. Wow. It's so muggy. My hair is such a disaster. Hashtag indie dyer life. So that's where I'm off to. I guess I could do a quick media watch segment now. Media watch. We've been watching Gentleman Jack, of course. It's very good. It's about the life of Anne Lister, who's a Yorkshire woman who was gay, like super gay. So we've been watching Gentleman Jack, which is really good. We've been watching Killing Eve, which has also been fantastic. We really love the first series. The second series is turning out, I think, just as good, like just as much tension and sort of twists in the story and everything. Before I started recording on this walk, I was listening to a band called Diablo Swing Orchestra, and their album called Pacifisticos. I think the album is a few years on now, but it's such a good one. If you like inexplicably weird music, not unlistenably weird, just odd, like they'll break out into some ska sometimes, and then it'll be metal sometimes, and it's good. I like it. Tends to be my leaving the house and facing the hordes of humanity kind of music. And let's see, what else? Reading. I recently finished an audiobook called, well, it's a book too, It's called Do You Dream of Terra 2? So good. I think it's technically classed as a young adult book. I don't actually know. I just read the description and bought it. The narration was fantastic. The story was fantastic. I loved all the characters. Lots of really good representation and a really good story. A really good story. I really enjoyed it. And the ending I felt was good and appropriate. You know when you get all the way through the book and the ending sucks? It wasn't like that. It was good. And then I started a book when we were away in Ireland for Woolen. I started a book called Calculating the Stars, I think it's called. And it's about like an alternate history. So it's kind of like early 50s, just after World War II, and like a meteoroid hits the Earth and completely like ruins the climate, and they're discovering that they have to get off the planet because it's going to become, oh, this gimbal's heavier than I thought. They have to, look how red I'm getting because it's so hot. Gross. They learn that they have to get off the planet because it's going to become inhabitable. So far I'm really enjoying it, but I will reserve judgment until the all-important ending. I actually feel like I'm breathing water. I feel like a fish. It's so humid it is. Oh god, it really needs to rain. By the time I end up at Lola's, she's going to be like, you look like you're going to die. Are you okay? Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, so that's called Calculating Stars. Really good, but I'm reserving full judgment until I get to the ending that I'm only about maybe just over halfway through. So I've still got a ways. I'm listening to that one on audiobook as well. Narration, also fantastic. And when you get an audiobook and you're like, oh, the story's really good, but the narration is just not. And I feel really bad saying that because somebody took a lot of time and effort to narrate it and then edits, and I feel bad. The narration for both of those were absolutely fantastic. Highly recommended. I feel like sci-fi. Oh. I sound like I'm really out of breath with this because I'm not breathing, I'm talking instead. I had a teacher when I was a kid who said, pretty sure Angie learned how to talk on the inhale. It's not actually true, but it gives you an idea of how much I talked as a kid. So, what else do we have going on? Some behind the scenes news. Well, this whole episode's really behind the scenes news, but I got this as a sample today. A big sturdy tote bag with the GamerCrafting logo, which it's a sample that I got, and I'm going to see how I feel about it. So I'm carrying a whole bunch of yarn in it because it's got to be tested, right? Got to test these things. Hopefully that will become something that we can offer in the near future. We're also testing out some small project bags. So we'll see how I feel about those as well. I'm going to test it for about a week before I decide whether or not we're going to go with that company. Make sure that the zippers are good. Oh, I hate when zippers get stuck. Make sure the zippers are good, make sure that the straps are good, make sure nothing falls apart. We also have another batch of new enamel pin designs coming up, which is going to be rad. Stay tuned for information about that. And this Saturday the 29th, 9 p.m. British summertime, we're going to be having Pride in Your Pajamas. So come join us. We'll be doing a giveaway. Alright, here I am at the train station. I am now here in the lovely Lola's studio, and here are the undyed mini skeins that we're going to be collaborating with and dyeing. Yay! Hooray! So yeah, there's going to be 5 mini skeins in a set, and we're going to collaborate, and we're theming it off of Do You Dream of Terra 2? Yeah, which is an awesome book, which I was yammering about earlier on. So yeah, stay tuned. After an hour and a half, I think we have our color palette established. So we've been playing with some dyes and stuff, as you can see.
Initial color palette.
Initial color palette, yes. We did have a bit of discussion about the greens and figuring out the best green. I think we've settled on quite a good green. So this is kind of our initial color palette that we're going to be doing for the mini skeins. And so now we're actually going to, mini skeins aren't going to look like this, it's just color palette dyeing. And so now we're actually going to do some proper dyeing. So stay tuned. So this is Lola's first, her first skein that she's dyeing. Look at that sparkle just like glinting through the surface. Look how spacey that is. Tell us about it, Lola.
So I wanted to allude to the fact that when they're on the spaceship, all they can see is kind of the...
like nebulous space.
Yeah, the nebulous space. So I've kind of played with some blues and some purples, and then there's going to be like some bright punchy colours, just to give you that kind of, this is our solar system, and you've got like opalescent colour and sparkles and everything and stars, and it'll be good.
It's gonna be great. And then I'm working on the second one. It still needs some speckles, I think. And then we still have another one sitting over there, which we're going to work on that one simultaneously together, I think. Yeah. For the full collaborative experience. Look at that, though. Burbly. I do love a purple. So this one's in progress. And you're going to add some more to it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Totally. But I was just gonna come over here and show off the ones that we finished so far. And I just find it like super interesting that like obviously very different dye styles, but they're working really well together. I think probably because we created our color palette to begin with.
Yeah. And
kind of knew where we were heading. And so this one's going to be the ones that we work on at the same time. This is a highly scientific process. So here is the finished mini skein set, which we have spent today working on. So the two on the left are ones that I did, and the two on the right are ones that Lola did, and the one in the middle we both worked on kind of concurrently, and I think they work so freaking well together while still being like both of our styles, which are quite different, even though we both use.
I love it. So I'm kind of tempted just to like keep all of it.
She's gonna steal it. We're not. I'll be like, oh, let's release the yarns, and she's gonna be like, no.
What yarn?
And what yarn? I've kept it. So I think. So basically, do you want to talk about the plan? The pattern and the plan?
Okay, so we are then going to individually go away and dye some full skeins.
Yep.
So one full skein to go with the set in each of our styles.
Yes.
So you can then choose which kind of skein you want and the set, or you can buy the set by itself.
Yep.
We'll only do a few of them by themselves. But then I'm also adapting one of my patterns and creating an alternate ending.
Oh, I like that. An alternate ending.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To work with these beautiful... I feel like I'm slightly tooting our own horn right now, but like they are beautiful.
They are.
And to work with these beautiful mini skeins, and
I do like a slide.
Yeah.
Yes, and so you are gonna be sending stuff out to sample knitters.
Yeah.
And once I get mine done, I will also try to find a sample knitter who can do the same thing quite quickly. And yeah, and then we'll do some awesome collaborative launches. Look how, I just can't stop looking at it. Look how pretty it is. And like, look how the speckles move, right? From, like, this is one that I dyed with, like, obviously quite dramatic bullshit speckles. And then the one in the middle that we did together is sort of like a mid-ground, and then your speckles, which are quite different from mine, like stylistically. And it all just ties together so well. And basically, I don't know, we've talked about doing collaboration stuff for a while.
Yeah.
And I read Do You Dream of Terra too, and I was like, Lola, you have to read this book. And then you went away. And Lola read the book, and we decided it would be a cool
inspiration.
Cool inspiration. You should definitely read the book if you've not. It's pretty solid sci-fi, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, pretty solid, like good characters, good storylines and stuff.
it focuses a lot on the there's a lot of focus on science and world building, while still also giving you a lot of character development and just insight.
It's a really,
well.
I think, I felt like it was a really good balance between world building and like the science part of the science fiction and like the actual like really in-depth character development, I thought, and different points of view and stuff. Sorry, this thing just keeps like flinging itself everywhere.
But also, excuse my messy studio.
I mean, is it really a studio if it's like super neat and tiny? Look at this though. Oh, I'm so pleased. These legit look amazing. And I'm really excited. We're all really excited. Cool. Is there anything else we were going to talk about? I don't know. Book is good. The yarns are awesome. This is Sparkle Sock, by the way. I don't know. Let me see if I can get in really close to get some of the sparkle. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Macro shot. You're all very welcome for that. So I'll just do kind of a slow pan of all the sparkles. Oh, and that purple is so nice. And a lot of these are custom mixed colors, aren't they?
Yeah.
In order to... Yeah. Tasty.
To get the right color that we wanted.
To get the right color that we wanted, and colors that would sort of show off both of our dye styles and stuff. And I don't know, I think it looks wicked cool. So anyway, I guess stay tuned for news about that, yeah?
Yeah.
We will both be bothering everyone, unless we decide to keep it all, which, to be honest...
This may be the last you hear of it.
This may be the last you hear of it. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, what could I make with this? Like, it makes a nice fade as well.
Oh, don't say fade.
Gradient? Anyway, I'm getting some nice speckles now in like the afternoon light.
You know my feelings on fades.
Yeah, I know a lot of people they're tired of the fades, but I'm a sucker for a color gradient, so I'm just predictable. All right, anyway, I will quit yammering and I will go home and put together this podcast, and I will leave Lola. I will stop bothering her in her studio after I caused a mini flood a little while ago. Well done, me. Anyway, yeah. Stay tuned for more information. Okay, so I'm obviously back. I guess it's not that obvious. I'm back home now. This is a couple days later after Lola and I dyed the mini skein set. And so now we've gone away to dye our full skeins. I have seen Lola's and it's amazing. I was not super pleased with my first attempt, which I did yesterday. So this is attempt number 2. And I think we've kind of gone in a little bit of a similar direction, but obviously still maintaining our particular styles. And I'm really excited. I am legit really excited to see how this all looks when it's all said and done. And that was the other thing, is one of the dyes I had used yesterday, used in the way that I used it, it looked a little bit too orange. And so I've swapped out some dyes, and this is attempt 2, and so far I'm really liking it. So unless something really dramatic happens, I reckon this is going to be it. So this is going to take a good few hours, because each time I do this, it has to cook for a while until those speckles are completely set. I can't touch it or it'll make the color bleed. And then I've got to come and I've got to rotate the yarn and do the other parts of it so that it all gets covered evenly. So a lot of similar tones here as to the mini skein set. With sort of a silvery base, very, very spacey, I think. And yeah, and so it's going to be, once this is finished and once this is dry, then it's going to be moving on to getting a sample made up in Lola's new pattern, which I don't think she settled on a name yet, but I will let you know. And then it'll be getting a sample made up, with my full-size skein in one of the mini sets, and then we'll be doing the launch for it. So that's really exciting. Sorry, this is a bit jumpier than it is usual. I'm not actually using my stabilizer. I'm just holding my phone over the dog pot here. So I hope you've all enjoyed my adventure to Lola's studio and kind of seeing a little bit of behind the scenes work and what happens with a dye collaboration. Do tune in next week for, I don't know, probably some cast-on-itis, judging by my Ravelry purchases this week. And let's do kind of a slow pan. And definitely tune in this Saturday for Pride in Your Pajamas at 9 p.m. British summertime. We'll be doing a giveaway for that. So we'll see you there.